ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. So I have to give everybody their homework so that you all know what sections you will be working on. I'll do it today after this session. But let us start. So this Mundaka, the Paravidya description has been started, and in each khanda there will be a different way of describing this akshara. So here, how do they describe the akshara? So they describe akshara as by this example, how uh, from uh, how one fire as it appears as many sparks, but essentially the nature of each spark is nothing but fire. So manyness is at the level of the fragments of wood, perhaps. But the content of each spark is what? The content of each spark is not different from fire. And so also, if we look into this entire creation, we may perceive manyness, but the content of that manyness is what? Is nothing but this akshara. This is what the intent of the Shruti is. If we recall, the Shruti is starting, where did Mundaka Upanishad start with? The Guru Shishya Parampara, right? How Angiras told to this and that, and finally we came to this guru is talking to this shishya, and this shishya is uh, asking this question. What is this proposition of this Mundaka Upanishad? That Eka Vignate Sarvam Idam Vignatam Bhavati. There is something, there is one thing, knowing which one thing, one can know everything. So this is the proposition that the Shishya, that the Guru is going to explain, that the Shishya wants to understand, and that the Guru is going to explain. So with that one proposition in mind, the whole Upanishad started. The whole Upanishad started with the Guru first started giving the answer that there is two Vidya, Para and Apara, and then the Apara Vidya was explained, and now the Para Vidya is being uh, started to be unfolded. And in this one, uh, creation, how before the creation of sparks, the sparks were nothing but fire. So even after the creation of sparks, the spark is nothing but fire, and even after the sparks will merge back or will die, uh, you know, they will merge back into its Swarupa. That's kind of, generally speaking. And so also, all this creation, if one can similarly show how this creation, what we think is manyness, diversity, how if we can show that this is created from one thing alone, sustained by one thing alone, and merges back into one thing alone, then we can logically see how one alone is appearing as many. Just like as in this cloth, before this cloth it was cotton, while it is there it is cotton, and when it will get torn out, it will merge back into cotton. So essentially, how the material cause is not how the effect is not different from the material cause. So that is the way in this khanda we are being explained how this one akshara alone is the material cause from which this entire samsara is being created. So with that we will start the bhashyam. अपरविद्यायाः सर्वं कार्यम् उक्तम्. So far, everything related to Aparavidya was being stated, has been stated. Such a sansaraha, such sahacha samsaraha, and that Aparavidya is the samsara. It is samsara. It keeps us back. It brings us back in life and death, in next janma, in karma and karma phala cycle. Yet saraha. So this, how is this samsaraha? It is not asara. So this is the uniqueness of Swamiji. So this is where, you know, uh, um, yeah. Uh, because here in the Bhashya it is just said that it is yet Saraha, whose essence, whose content. But what does that mean? That the samsara that we see is not asara. It is not without a cause. It is not from shunyam. So uh, we may not think so, but there are some philosophy who think that the cause of creation is from shunyam, from emptiness, from nothingness. So to that, Bhashyakara is saying, no, the samsara also has a cause. What is that saraha? What is that cause? What is that moolam? Yasmat mulat, aksharat sambhavati, from which cause, which is akshara, this samsara sambhavati. This samsara is born, yasminsha praliyate, and unto which this samsara merges back, tad aksharam purushakyam satyam. That aksharam, which is named as Purusha, is satyam, is truth, is real. यस्मिन् विज्ञाते सर्वमिदं विज्ञातं भवति तत्परस्य ब्रह्मविद्याया विषयः विद्यायाः विषयः. So yasmin vignate sarvam idam vignatam bhavati. This proposition which says knowing which one thing, one knows everything else. Tat parasya brahma. So now the subject matter of Brahma Vidya is relates to that Paravidya, relates to that unfolding of Akshara. Saha Vaktavyah. So that still has to be told. So far, the Aparavidyayaha Sarvam Karyam Uktam. Everything related to Aparavidya was told. But now, Yasmin Vignate Sarvamidam Vignatam Bhavati, that still has to be unfolded. That Brahma Vidya still has to be unfolded. So, with the intent to say this, it should be said now. So, iti uttaraha grantaha arapyase. So, for that, this subsequent text is being commenced. First mantra, तदेतत् सत्यम् तदेतत् सत्यं यथा सुदीप्तात् पावकात् विस्फुलिङ्गाः सहस्रशः प्रभवन्ते स्वरूपाः नो तथा अक्षरात् विविधाः सौम्यभावाः प्रजायन्ते तत्र चैवापि यन्ति. I thought I registered the rhythm of the mantra, but anyways, I haven't still. Okay. So then this first mantra says what? Tad etat satyam. Okay. Do you recall what the first Mundaka, second Khanda, first mantra said? What did it say? It started with what? Tad etat satyam. Mantreshu karmani kavayoho yani apashyan tani Retayam Bahuda Santatani Tadetat Satyam. That is what it started with. So this is truth. What is Tadetat Satyam? This is truth. This one is also saying Tadetat Satyam. So what about that? We will see. But Tadetat Satyam. That is this truth. Yatha Sudiptat Pavakat Vispulingaha Sahasrashah Prabhavante Sarupaha. Just as a well lit kindled fire, from that Visfulingaha Sahasrashah Prabhavante. Many thousands or many sparks are born. And how are they? Sarupaha, of the same characteristics as that of the fire. Tatha Aksharat Vividaha. Hey Soumya, in the same manner, Hey Soumya. Why Hey Soumya? Who is talking? Guru is talking to the Shishya. Who is the Guru? Who will tell me who is the Guru? I also will have to roll back my pages. Who is the Guru? Shaunakah. Shaunakah Vai Mahashalaha Angirasam. So Shaunaka is the Shishya, Angirasa is the Guru. So this Guru Angirasa is telling to Shaunaka, Hey Soumya, in the same manner, from this Akshar, uh, imperishable, Vividaha Bhavaha, various beings, various jivas are prajayanti, are born. Tatracha eva apiyanti, and in that alone they merge back. So that's the mantra. It's example, and see, uh, that's how it is stating this one statement. And then the entire rest of the khanda will be unfolding this concept that has been presented here in brief, that everything is born of that akshara and merges back into that akshara. So everything is nothing else but this akshara. So uh, yad apara vidya vishayam karmaphala lakshanam satyam tadapekshikam. So that tadetat satyam that we talked about, what about the in the section of apara vidya, how was that? Apekshikam, relative truth. So yet apara vidya vishayam, so that which was the subject matter of apara vidya, karma phala lakshanam, of the nature of karma phala, of the result of an action, satyam, that is truth. That is also truth. In what sense? It is avashyam bhavi, that karma phala definitely happens. It does not let you escape the karma phala. So once you have done a karma, you cannot escape the karma phala. So one having this lakshana, this characteristic is definitely satyam, avashyam bhavi. It will definitely happen. But what kind of satyam is this? Tad apekshikam. It is relative reality. It is relative truth. This truth is relative. Idam tu. However, now this Paravidya Vishayam, this subject matter of this Paravidya is absolute truth. Why? Paramartha Sat Lakshanatvat. Because this Sat can never be negated. How do you say, how do you find this definition of Paramartha Sat Lakshanam is the truth that can never be negated, that we borrowed from Anandagiri Tika. So this is where Tika is required. That okay, Paramartha Sat Lakshanatvat. What does that mean? Tvat means it is giving a reason. But Paramartha Sat Lakshana. So everywhere I am looking into the definition of the, translation of the Bhasya in the Gita Press or in the Kailas Ashrama, then it's not giving me much translation wise. So then, when that happens, then this commentaries, further commentaries, they help us. And so here also, Anandgiri says, so I'm just explaining of, why there is a need of tika, um, and how much should we look into tika. We are not going to do that right now, but since I needed to look into the tika for this chapter, therefore I'm just so here in the tika it says Paramarthatah Sat Lakshanatvat. Why? Atyanta Abadhyatvat iti arthaha. Because it can never be negated. That is what we should understand by Paramartha Sat Lakshanatvat. So next, Tadetat Satyam Yathabhutam Vidya Vishayam. So that is this Satyam, this truth, absolute truth, uh, which is the subject matter of this knowledge. Uh, Yatha Bhutam simply means Yathartha Gnanam, the truth as is, kind of, that is the subject matter of this knowledge, to state the truth as is in absolute uh, manner, in its absolute sense. Why is this truth Yathabhutam? Why is this truth of the Paravidya Yathabhutam, absolute truth, Avidya Vishayatvat cha Anrutam Itaram? Because everything other than this is Anrutam, is false, is changing, is mithya. Why? Because it is the subject matter of avidya, because it is the subject matter of ignorance, because it is the subject matter of duality, or because it is in the realm of duality. Therefore, everything other than this vidya is anrutam, is changing. It is not absolute, it is mithya. अत्यंत परोक्षत्वात् कथम नाम प्रत्यक्षवत् सत्यम अक्षरम प्रतिपद्येरन इति दृष्टांतम आह. How is this truth? So now a doubt is raised. A doubt is raised that this paravidya, this absolute truth that which you want to state, that is atyanta paroksha. It is not in the in the reach of our senses. We cannot perceive it by our sense perceptions, by our sense organs. So therefore it is atyanta parokshatva, that something which is separated from us and which cannot be known by this which cannot be known um, by the senses. Tat katham pratyakshavat satyam aksharam pratipadyeran. Then how is it satyam? Then how do you call this akshara satyam, truth, as if it can be reached, as if it can be known, pratyakshavat, something that is pratyaksha, something that can be reached by the sense perception. How do you say that? So, Pratipadyeran iti drishtantamaha. So this is being said with an example. So this is so far was a sangati to the mantra. Now the Bhashyakara starts unfolding the mantra. Yatha Yatha Sudiptat. So Yatha is from the mantra that is being stated as is Sudiptat. So what is Sudiptat? So Bhashyakara says Sudiptat means what? So Sudiptat, that which is lit very well. Deeptat means what? Idhat, another word, lit. Uh, okay, so that is Deeptat. Then what is the word in the mantra? Pavakat. So here, Pavakat. What is Pavakat? So Bhashyakara explains. Pavakat means Agnehe, of this, from this fire. So Pavakat, Agni is said to be Pavaka, one that purifies. Uh, uh, Agni is one that purifies. So Pavakat means Agnehe. Visfulingaha of the mantra is explained as Agnayaha Avayavaha. So, of the parts of the fire. Then Sahasrashaha. Sahasrashaha essentially means Anekashaha, many. Although it is said hundreds or thousands, that should not be taken literally, it should be taken as many. Then Prabhavante. Prabhavante is explained as Nirkachati. Nirkachanti. Nirgachanti is explained by Swamiji as what? Coming out. Nirgachanti is coming out. Then Sarupaha means Agni Salakshana Eva. So of the nature of the same fire, of the same character, sorry, of the characteristics same as the fire. Tatha Ukta Lakshanat Aksharat, in the same manner, from that Akshara, Ukta Lakshanat. What is Ukta Lakshanat? Where was Akshara said? So we have to remind back to what? The first chapter, which mantras. So first of all, knowing which one thing, Yaya Aksharat. What is that mantra? So the two mantras that we must know, important mantras from these, from the first chapter. So first of all, Yasmin Vignate Sarvam Idam Vignatam Bhavati, that akshara. And then Yaya Tadakshara, knowing which akshara one will know, the Paravidya, knowing which akshara, knowing which one knows the akshara. And the sixth mantra, Yat Gotram. So this aksharam was defined in the sixth mantra as Yat Tadadreshyam Agrahyam Agotram Avarnam Achakshushrutram Tadapanipadam. This is also a mantra for meditation. So the one mantra that we should remember by heart in Mundaka Upanishad, this mantra. Nityam Vibhum Sarvagatam Susuksham Tadavyayam Yad Bhutayonim Paripashyanti Dhiraha. So this akshara that was Ukta Lakshanat, this Ukta Lakshanat, Aksharat, from this Akshara alone, Vividaha, Vividaha of the mantra is being explained as what? Nana Deha Upadi Vedam Anuvidhiyamanatvat Vividaha. So, Nana Deha Upadi Vedam, on account, the manyness on account of the many upadhi, is how is anuvidhiyamanatvat, being this akshara, as it is supporting, okay, give me a second. I had to work out this Sanskrit part. Okay. So this is how I translated it. Anu vidhiya manatvat. Anuvidhiya matu pratyay, and then tvat. Okay. So being the one who is supporting all these embodied, Akshara is Brahman. Akshara is what? It is the one entity that is supporting all these embodiments. Which embodiments? The embodiments that are distinguished by many forms of deha, nana deha. So as if piercing in all of these deha, as if piercing, therefore this manyness. Okay, now I come back to my
See, it is like a Nana Deha Upadhi.
Because of the Upadhi
yeah.
Vedam,
Yeah.
Vivida,
Manatvam Vividaha. Right. Okay. Okay, I got it.
the Vividata is because of the Nana Upadhi. But the way the Sanskrit is constructed here is okay, as if it is entering all of these upadhi. That is what the concept they want to say. Vidhiya manatvat. So as if piercing, but how piercing? As if supporting. Not that it is actually piercing.
Entering.
Not as if piercing that this thread piercing the, but supporting. Uh, So that is the explanation of Vividaha, Nana Deha Upadhi Bhedam, uh, being supporting all the Upadhi Bheda on account of all the different Nana Bheda, all the different Deha, uh, all the different, all the manyness which appears on account of the Upadhi. Let us put it that way. Which supports the manyness, or which is the underlying substratum of all the manyness that you perceive, the manyness which is on account of the distinction or this veda or this separation created by this upadhi, namely this body. In simple terms, this manyness is because of this upadhi called deha. Just like space is one, but the pot spaces is on account of this upadhi called ghata, which they only will say. The Shruti itself, Bhashyakara himself will say. Hey Soumya, so of the mantra. Then bhavaha of the mantra is explained as jivaha, all the living beings. Then Bhashyakara again explains what does that bhavaha mean. Akashadivat घटादिपरिच्छिन्नाः सुशिरभेदाः घटादि उपाधि प्रभेदम अनुभवन्ति. So this anu and bhavanti are typed separate, but it should be anubhavanti is one word. So we'll take this part first. So akashadivat, just as uh, the space appears to be confined on account to be confined to the pot. Sushira Bhedaha Ghatadi Upadhi Prabhedam, on account of the Bhed, on account of the distinction, on account of this separated concept of separatedness, uh, because of the Upadhi, namely pot, etc. The Sushira Bhedaha, the cavities that is created in the pot, uh, makes the sky as though appear ghatadi parichinna, as though confined to that ghata, as though confined to the pots. In the same manner as the space appears to be confined to the pot, in the same manner, evam nana nama rupa kruta deha upadhi prabhavam. Then anu and prajayante are separate, but it should be one word. Anu prajayante. So in the same manner, this nana nama rupa kruta deha upadhi prabhavam anuprajayante. In the same manners, uh, these jivas are being explained, right? So in the same manner, this jiva prajayante are born of this uh, akshara, or the same akshara appears as this jivas. Why? Nana nama rupa, because of the many uh, many upadhis of the body created by the many names and forms. That samasa I will take a look into it, but because of the general meaning is what? Because of the upadhi veda, this jiva appears to be also many. The manyness in the jiva is on account of the different names and forms. So the names and forms are different. But what is the essential content of the jiva? The essential content of the jiva is the same as that akshara, is the same akshara. But this different name and form, or this embodiments, different embodiments, uh, possessing this different name and form, that gives us an appearance of the manyness in the jivas as well, the confinement in the jiva as well. So the jivas are born anuprajayante in accordance with the anuprajayante means what? Anubhavanti. So I should have said here anubhavanti means what? In accordance to the ghata, the space within the pot, as though appears confined in accordance with the limitation of the pot. And so also here also all these nana uh, deha upadhi prabhavam, they are created. How? Anuprajayante. These jivas are created in accordance with the upadhi veda. So this body is of this size, 5 feet 2 inches, and then this jiva feels I am also 5 feet 2 inch. This body is of the weight, I don't know, 60 kg. The jiva feels I am 60 kgs. So anuprajayate, in accordance with that upadhi, characteristics of that upadhi, characteristic of the nama and rupa of that upadhi. So also these are prajayante. In accordance with that, they are born. Tatra cha eva, tatra cha eva, tatra cha eva. So tatra cha eva of the mantra is explained as tasmin eva. In that alone. Cha, tasmin eva cha means what? Akshare. Tasmin means where? In that akshara alone, apiyanti. Apiyanti, it merges back. So, Deha, Bhashyakar explains, Deha Upadhi Vilayam, that's one word, and Anuvilayante we should combine. It's not separate, typo here. So, Deha Upadhi Vilayam, Anuvilayante, Ghatadi Vilayam, Anuviva Sushira Vedaha. So, tatra cha eva, in that akshara alone, it merges back. So, deha upadhi vilayam. So, at the time of the death of this upadhi, namely body, everything, this jivas viliyante, this bhavaha, this jivaha, this living beings, viliyante, they merge back into what? Akshare, into this akshara. How? Just as ghatadi vilayam, when the pot is broken, is destroyed, anuiva sushira bhedaha, then the cavities of the pot space, and then the cavities of the pot, then those pot space merges back where? Into the akasha. In the same manner, this jiva also merges back into this akshara. I guess concept wise, we all can understand this very simply, in very simple terms, but understanding the Sanskrit. So then again, yatha, just there. So far the Bhashya has been explained. So again, I am revising one thing, how in the Bhashya unfolding, first the meaning of the words are being explained, and either afterwards or in between, any explanation that needs to be given for our better understanding, for the understanding of the tatparya of the Shruti, Bhashyakara will comment on that. And that's the uniqueness of Bhashyakar, that he will stick to the intent of the Shruti. So last statement of the Bhashya, Yatha Akashasya Sushiravedat Utpatti Pralaya Nimittatvam Ghatadi Upadi Krutam Viho Tad Vad Aksharasyapi Nama Rupakrita Deha Upadi Nimittam Eva Jiva Utpatti Pralaya Nimittatvam. So, not going into each and every word, it essentially means just as the difference or the manyness in the space was just on account of the nimitta, just on account of the birth and utpatti, the birth and pralaya, and the merging back of the cavities of uh, the the pot space was just on account of the ghatadi upadhi krita, was created on account of the upadhi, namely this ghata, this pot. Similarly, tadvat, in the same manner, aksharasyapi nama rupa krita deha upadhi nimittatvam eva jiva utpatti. So, in the same manner, this utpatti and pralaya, this creation and merging back of the jiva, is on account of uh, this upadhi, namely this deha, uh, uh, created of various nam and rupa, various names and forms. So it is the upadhi which gives the sense of birth and death. Essentially, nothing is born, nothing gets merged. Essentially, the space remains space, but it is the uh, ghata that gives a sense of a pot space. Now, this example is we understand it very easily, but to assimilate it, we have to be constantly alert. And Swamiji says, what is sadhana? Alertness is sadhana. Alertness is the sadhana. The next mantra, Divyo Yamurta Purushaha Sabahyabyantaro Aprano Yamana Shubhraha Yaksharat Paratah Paraha. Finally got the chant. Okay. So here, so how is this Akshara? Divya, effulgent. And because it is effulgent, therefore what or why? Uh, Because it is Divya, because it is self-effulgent, because it is Amurtaha, it is without form. It is Amurtaha because it is Purushaha. It is complete. Purnatvat iti Purushaha. It is complete because Sabhahyabhyantaraha, because it is simultaneously present, external and internal. So there is no bheda of external and internal in this akshara. This is so because he ajaha, because it is not born. It is not created. Not born meaning it is not something that is created. It is always there. So that's the first line. And then the second line further says apranaha. How is that akshara? It is without the pranaha. How is that akshara? Because it is a pranaha, therefore it is a manaha. Uh, Therefore, because it is without the prana and without the mana, which we will dig into once we get into the Bhashya, therefore it is Shubhraha. Shubhraha here means Shuddhaha, pure. Normally Shubhraha means effulgent, but because the word Divya of the mantra is taken as effulgent, so Bhashyakara will explain the word Shubhraha as Shuddhaha, because the possibility of impurities is not there, since this akshara is apranaha and amanaha. And Shubhraha hi aksharat paratah paraha. And this is superior to that akshara, namely Maya. Aksharat paratah. So here that aksharat should be taken, understood as the inferior akshara, meaning the Maya. So with that, we can dig into the नाम रूप बीज भूतात् अव्याकृत अव्याकृताख्यात स्वविकार अपेक्षया परात् अक्षरात् परं यत् सर्व उपाधिभेदवर्जितम् अक्षरस्य एव स्वरूपम् आकाशस्य एव सर्वमूर्तिवर्जितं नेति न इति इत्यादि विशेषणं विवक्षन् आह. So, so the Nirguna Swarupa Akshara as its Nirguna Swarupa is being unfolded in this mantra by this typical way of unfolding. Na iti, not this, not this. So, uh, Nama Rupa Bij Bhutat Avyakrita Akhyat Swavikara Apekshaya Parat Aksharat Param. So this Vyakhya of Aksharat is given. This Akshara, Maya, the definition of that Akshara is given, which is the Bija Bhuta, which is in the form of the seed of all the names and forms. Avyakruta Akhyat, which is named as Avyakruta, meaning undifferentiated, Swavikara Apekshaya, Parat, in with respect to Swavikara, with respect to all its effects, Parat, it is superior. So why Akshara is considered, why this Maya is considered superior? Because it is cause is superior to effect, and Maya is the cause of all the effect that we see in the samsara. Therefore, this Maya is superior to all its effect, uh, of Nam and Rupa, names and forms, of which it is the Bijabhuta, it is the cause, it is the seed, it is the undifferentiated cause of all the manifest names and forms, Swavikara Apekshaya, with respect to all these modifications, Parat, it is superior, Aksharat Param, Yat Sarva Upadi Veda Varjitam Aksharasya Eva. So, with respect to that Akshara, the Akshara that is Paraha, the Akshara that is superior to this Akshara, to this Maya Akshara, uh, with respect to that Maya Akshara, the Akshara Brahma that we are talking about is superior even to that. Why is it superior even to this Maya Akshara, uh, which is the Bijabhutam of all the Namarupa, Yat Sarva Upadi Bheda Varjitam. This Akshara, uh, which is devoid of all the upadhi, all the um, yeah, all the upadhi. What do you understand by upadhi? When
These the body mind complex, right? The jiva. Yeah.
yeah, essentially
They have.
upadhi is so remember upadhi when the technical definition upadhi. So crystal and cloth, right? So that red cloth is the upadhi for the crystal to appear as red. So upadhi is an entity which, when in proximity to something, lends its characteristic to the other thing. Just as that red cloth is lending its characteristic to that crystal, so also upadhi, this body mind complex is the upadhi. Why? Because just being in proximity to this consciousness, it as though lends its uh, characteristic to this uh, consciousness. uh, Ghata is the upadhi. Just by being there, it is lending this sense of limitation to the space within. So, in
Mm.
that way, we can, understand the definition of upadhi. So, yet this aksharam, which is devoid of all these kind of upadhi, meaning there is no second thing
Mm-hmm.
for that upadhi bheda. Uh, when can that upadhi bheda happen? When there is a second thing called pot, then that upadhi bheda can happen. But this akshara in its own nature is without that upadhi bheda. Swarupam, that uh, swarupam akashasya eva. How is its swarupam? How is its nature? Akashasya eva. Just like this space without any characteristics. So, in a relative sense, space does not have any attributes. So, also, what did I say? So, let me revise my statement. So, Swarupam Akashasya eva. So, in its nature, this Akshara in its nature is like the space without any attributes. That itself, Bhashyakar explains, Sarva Murti Varjitam, devoid of any form. Na iti ityadi visheshanam vivakshan aha. So with this intent that it is this aksharam is devoid of any form, is devoid of any upadhi, this is being explained by na iti visheshanam, by this adjectives. So in order to
Like comparing Maya to Akshara and separating Purusha Prakriti here or no? Nothing about
no,
Maya is discussed here, right? No.
the first part is Maya because Aksharat paratah paraha. that the mantra says Aksharat. So far, the Akshara was presented as only Brahman. And now, all of a sudden, in this mantra, the Akshara Shabda here of the mantra is explained as Maya. So the Brahma Sutra that follows this one, which we are going to skip, is essentially talking about all this. So why should we understand Akshara as Maya? Because first of all, Aksharat Parataha. So the mantra says that there is something even superior to Akshara. So therefore, that Akshara is explained here as Maya. And why is Maya named as Akshara? Because in a relative sense, it is Akshara. Akshara, the word Akshara means what? Imperishable. So Brahman is imperishable in its absolute sense. But Maya also can be said Akshara in relative sense, not as imperishable as Brahman, but relatively speaking, Maya is Akshara is imperishable as compared to the effects of Maya. So that word Akshara is being explained here as Nama Rupa Bija Bhutat Avyakruta Akhyat Swavikara Apekshaya Parat Akshara. So it is a comparison. So as compared to this Maya, this Akshara that we are unfolding in this mantra is Sarva Upadhi Bheda Varjitam. It is devoid of all the Upadhi Bhedam and Swarupam Akashasya Eva, whose Swarupam, whose essential nature is like Akasha without any attributes, Sarva Murti Varjitam, without any form. So this will be said by this mantra, Divyaha, etc. So, okay. Shall we start this on Monday? So I think I will
Yeah.
need couple of sessions before we will complete this, but we will go slow or however much is needed.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we will do this on Monday. And meanwhile, I will give you the homework. I mean, I'll delegate the summary. Who will do the summary for which mantra? But I think I will definitely need Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Let us hope by Wednesday I can complete it. So then, do you want to do your summary on Friday if I complete on Wednesday? Or do you want some more days and complete or do on Monday,
Yeah,
next
we
Monday?
need the weekend. Yeah,
Okay,
next
so then
Monday.
we will target next Monday and then we'll target
Yeah.
next Monday. And then this Monday I will continue to unfold this thing.
Okay.
Okay. We also have Guru Purnima in between, so yeah.
Yeah, right. Birthday, right?
Pushti
July
ji,
10th, right?
Yeah.
yeah, see, but you can give the schedule, who has to take the which mantra and all.
Yeah, that I
So
will
that
give.
right,
That I will
maybe
give.
today itself you can give, no? So that we can start
That I
slowly.
will give after this session. That I will give.
Okay.
Okay.
When is Guru Purnima?
10th.
10th July?
10th July. Thursday.
Thursday.
Next week. Next Thursday. Week
Yeah,
from today.
1 week today. Yeah.
I'll be in ashram. I'm going to Gurukulam.
Nice.
Wow. Nice. And
Enjoy.
Guru Purnima is a Guruware.